Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you. That's what
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me. It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
Fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me.
Imagine for a moment, if you will, being Adam's neighbor. You're sitting in your favorite easy chair. Maybe you got a cup of tea, and you're reading your favorite book, and out of nowhere, through the wall, you hear this: "Culturally appropriate my dick."
We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, they're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves, and they just lay there.
Oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
And that is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now. You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Why
Ryan says that shit. Fuck, Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would. Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth of
Shut the fuck up.
Broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
wow,
supposed to respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
This would be my penis wrapped around their waist. Come.
They warned us about people like you.
And to be fair, racist was Hitler. All right.
Well, as you said, it's been an interesting week, and I think we have to take a moment. All right, I want everybody to join hands. If you're next to Jeremy, you don't have to touch him. It's okay. Join hands. I want you all to listen to the Lord. I want you to thank Jesus for the saving grace of delivering us from the acolyte and from Halo this week. He reached down with his glorious touch, and he moved heaven and earth to make sure we no longer have to suffer these sins. So I want you to say, praise Jesus, because the acolyte is filled with the demons that are reaching deep down inside and telling you, use that lightsaber as a penis. Realize that you can abuse your loved one and she will still love you. And realize that with Halo, you can enjoy that man ass. And when that man ass is there, when those cheeks are in your face, you can understand that his helmet is off and it's okay. So praise Jesus for leaving us these sins. Amen.
So where's Melanie back when we need her?
Well, wait.
You're a blasphemous
Reverend Rabbi
I
Adam.
think there's a bit of blasphemy here because Jewish Jesus.
I think Reverend Rabbi Adam jumped the book that his people were starting with and went to the other book.
So that's the original thing of shipping. The problem is nowadays it is morphed into a weirdness where you have stans, these fake fans, who will take characters that have no reason to be in a relationship whatsoever, gay or straight, and they will ship them together to be in a relationship. And most of the time they want it to be gay.
A few moments later.
It's essentially when you get somebody who takes individuals like D-Day Cobra. Okay, you see Jeremy.
Oh God,
here.
don't make them
And then
kiss.
they take Ryan.
Stop it.
No, shut up.
This
So they
is
take
worse than
swear to
you
God.
kissing
and they start
Ryan.
making fan
All
art of maybe Ryan. Wait, no. Okay, this is Jeremy.
This
bent
isn't going
over
to take
and-
away
and
from you
Ryan
making
like
out
this.
with Ryan.
Let him finish.
Okay. Ryan like this or the other way around, and sometimes 69, and it's just a bunch of internet freaks saying these two should be together.
Beat down that Sauron.
Oh my God! He can't control himself, Ryan.
Thank
Okay.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Why am I always muted when I come on? It always has me muted whenever I started up. Anyway, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, where I have a plan tonight, Devil.
Oh boy.
Plan. I have an actual, serious, legitimate topic for when Samuel gets here and when Drew gets here. Drew's on a little bit late, and of course Samuel will be here when he gets off work. So when the guys get here, I have a real article, an honest goes topic that I found about a couple hours ago when I was saying, okay, do I have anything for tonight? And then other than like the random shit that I come up with, I got a couple random shit too. Don't get me wrong, there is the random shit, but I got a real article, and it's something we can all weigh in on. It's an interesting one. But how you doing? How you feeling?
Freezing my ass off.
Really?
Yeah. Cold.
Right. We got a heat wave here. It's 35 degrees.
Oh geez. How will you make it through? No, I'm doing good. Good. Relaxing on my day off here, and
Nice. That's good.
yeah.
Gotta appreciate that. I remember when I was working the line, my weekends were not the regular weekend. My weekends were Monday, Tuesday, and I hated it. like when your weekend is not the regular weekend, it totally throws off your perception of everything.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I never want to go back if I don't have to. Subscribe to me, watch my videos, send me super chats so I don't have to go back to the kitchen, guys. We don't want that. Anyway, so here we are. Hail to the chat. We hope you guys are here. And I got us this question here. I saw it a little bit ago. It hasn't really improved at all, but it wasn't done to improve. I made the shift permanently to 10:30 so that Samuel could be here for more of the show, because he doesn't get off till right now, and he gets home around 11:15. So that's why I made the change permanently, so that Samuel can take part in more of the stuff, and also give Devil a chance to get home or rest or do whatever you're doing on these days which is your day off. You know, give everybody a chance to get there.
Yeah.
So that's why. So I haven't seen an uptick. Listen, I'll be honest, and I think a lot of people on YouTube who are at our level can agree. The past couple months have been rough. It's been rough. Politics has sucked up all the oxygen in the room. We're first getting back to some pop culture stuff now that Trump is just bulldozing through everything. But it's still rough because I didn't get a lot of traction on except for you few precious, beautiful regulars out there. The algorithm is kind of ignoring me for the most part. It's not really pushing my videos, even when I'm doing reviews. So it's a fight. It's a fight. So my numbers are down in general since November. Honestly, December, January have not been good. But it's 2025. Things are starting to change around. We've got a lot of stuff to start covering starting this week. 2 days from now, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That show is going to be a disaster. I might make a video tomorrow. What to expect from it. Let's go over everything we know, because I'm going to be reviewing it, because the chat voted and it won by a landslide. I'm reviewing it. Here's the thing though, Devil. It's got renewed for 3 seasons.
The Spider-Man animated new
this horrible thing that starts Wednesday. Now, this is predictable because it's a situation the contract was probably for something like 20 to 25 episodes. So they've made all those episodes and they're just cutting them up into different seasons.
Yeah.
But usually it's 2. 3 is a little weird. And I know Bug had a meltdown over it. He's like, no, damn it.
Because you guys force yourself to watch this.
I forced nothing. The chat forced me on this one.
They
voted.
But you know what it was going to be. You knew when you put that in there what they were going to do to you. It's not like there was like literally an episode, I think, of like one of the Chicago, I think it was Chicago Med or something my sister was watching. And there's this person who lived their life by what the fans said online. And he's all, can I get the surgery, guys? And they all said no. Like he was going to die if he didn't get the surgery. And his fans, I was all like, yeah, that's about right.
Hey, listen. If I wanted to put my foot down, I would do it. All right. But this is an easy one. It's not going to be hard. This episode's going to be 20 minutes. It's going to be garbage. And I think it's going to be special garbage. That's what I think. I mean, were you there on Ballbusters when we watched the 20-second clip on Friday, or you already left?
I think I already left.
Oh, have you seen it? The 20-second clip?
The one where he gets bit by the spider?
Yeah. And
yeah, I saw it on X.
Okay, so you watched it. Okay. That is dog shit.
Oh, absolutely.
That thing is flaming dog shit. The animation, the voice acting isn't even properly lip synced. Because their lips are moving and the voices are going and they're not even moving to make words. I mean, back in the day in animation, lips just moved. They didn't do words. Now the lips actually match words. They actually try to match the words that are happening, especially in video games. They really do it in video games now. But they're not even trying. It looks like it's some horribly layered comic disaster. And I'm going to be there for it. I think I'm probably going to have meltdowns, but that's because it's going to be so stupid and bad. But I guarantee if they're going 3 seasons, at some point, I'm going to be rewarded with Spider-Man with his knee on the back of Black Norman Osborn, Green Goblin's neck, and he's going to go, I can't breathe. He's going to do it. It's going to happen. I'm going to be rewarded. I'm going to make a video on it.
You're putting all your eggs in that basket.
All my eggs in my basket. I think they're that not self-aware that they would do it.
I wouldn't. And then Jameson's gonna be like, look at the racism. Oh my God, Spider-Man been telling you this whole time. He's a cop.
So we got that this week. Then we're the clock is counting down to Black Falcon, Captain America on Valentine's Day.
So bad.
It's going to be atrocious.
Oh,
man, I haven't asked you this. What do you think about them lying about the $180 million budget? Did you see that?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, Disney lies about every single thing. Mm-hmm. They fudge numbers. They fudge the information they put out every chance they get. You can't trust anything they say. Like just look at how many times did they have like a Disney Plus show and they're like, it's doing so well, you're gonna love it, it's the best show on earth, and then we find out that it not only lost money, it got thrashed by how much it cost them.
Yeah,
and they're sitting there trying to act like they're doing just fine. Numbers from Disney, you can't trust them no matter what they say.
Well, that's why I talked about it on Mellow. We were on Mellow Mondays. I talked about it on Roundtable yesterday because it was just part of the whole Disney slop segment I wanted to Disney Star Wars slop segment I wanted for yesterday. But there was added information, and I made a video on it earlier today where the whole Acolyte was the number 2 show on Disney Plus at 2.7 billion minutes viewed, behind Percy Jackson and the Race Swap of the Centuries. And it's bullshit for so many reasons, because when everybody got their hands on the actual Luminate article, the whole report that they put out, and Park Place basically put it on display for quick and easy reference, the top 10 shows, the weakest of the top 10 streaming shows of 2024 pulled in over 7 billion minutes viewed. So Disney Star Wars, the Acolyte couldn't even sniff that. And it was bogus because during the renewal campaign, all the stands were proudly admitting they were leaving it on repeat to try and make it look like it was good.
Yeah.
So those numbers aren't real. And they're all trying to pretend all day today, oh my God. And I keep seeing them, and I have to stop myself from trolling them because it was going to be a waste of time. There were so many. I just picked a couple at random that I went by and used them in my video. But they're all there because, oh my God, it had 2.7 billion minutes viewed. How could you cancel this? It did so great. You're cowards, Disney, blah, 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 blah. They see the word billion and they automatically think, oh, it's a lot. That's all they see. That's all it is right there.
Yeah. Like I said, remember when Disney was actually buying seats in theaters to fudge the numbers of what was the movie? Shit,
Captain Marvel.
It was Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's right. Captain Marvel. If they're willing to go to that length of buying up seats using money just so they can sit there and claim a victory or something, you know that there's just like no level they're not willing to go to. So I'm not surprised.
And that's when they had leverage.
Yeah.
That's when Disney had leverage, where they were still sort of winning at that point. They had an effed up because Captain Marvel we weren't even at Endgame yet.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to do that then. And now when they do it now, when they're cheating like this, it's just so obvious. So blatantly obvious. But I forget how we went down this topic. I don't remember anymore.
We were talking about Spider-Man and
okay, great. Okay, yeah. So back on Captain America, the budget. Okay, that's MCU line. Yeah. Okay, now okay, thank you. So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And there's another rumor out there today that, depending on how Snow White does, this is a rumor from that Park Place as well, that if and when Snow White live action bombs, they're going to reevaluate what to do with Frozen 3 and the Rey movie. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah.
I'll believe that when I see it.
As we've seen, they are reluctant to steer away from bad choices. They rather just plow right through and hope they come out the other side.
Yeah, and wrong button.
I was all like, okay.
no, wrong.
Hello.
I was trying to go off camera for a second. Whether you want to believe me or not, and I'm not just saying this because I'm like maintaining character. At this point, I can honestly say I don't want Disney to fix itself.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm 100% with you on that.
I mean, there's no reason. There's nothing to gain. There's nothing to fix at all. And what I really want is for them to lose all of their acquired things that Bob Iger got his hands on. That's what I want.
Oh yeah.
I want him to sell all that shit off. And I'm still of the belief that they're going to. Eventually. I'm going to, until the day comes where it's obvious it didn't happen, where it's not going to happen, I will stick to my guns and say that there's going to come a point in time where they're going to be forced to sell Disney Star Wars. Disney Lucasfilm, because it doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
And the MCU, Marvel Studios, it doesn't make much. It hasn't made real money in years.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they made on Guardians 3, peanuts.
Yeah. It's not going to make up for all the losses. To me, it's at this point where it's like, if you have a spouse and they cheat once, you might forgive them. You might work through it.
Never.
But if you have a spouse and this is the 600th time they've cheated on you, do you really want to fix the relationship? Is there really anything you just you got to let it go, and that's how I feel about it. I loved Disney when I was younger. Some of the best childhood stuff came out of Disney, whether it's animated or the live action stuff, which I loved. But like I said, it's become so polluted and just betrayed everything it kind of stood for, at least in my mind, to an extent that I don't want to forgive. I don't want to forget. I don't want to freaking move on. I'd rather just have it collapse. Let it be bought up by other entities, and hopefully they'll be respectful to the source material. And we'll get some good, maybe Marvel properties coming out of that, movies, TV shows. But as far as Disney, I don't want them to have it. I don't want them to have Star Wars. I don't want them to make any more animated movies. They've ruined enough, fairy tales anymore. So yeah, just let it collapse.
Yeah, let it burn. Let it burn. Because, like you just said, it's not the Disney you grew up with. It's not Disney I grew up with. It's not Disney anybody grew up with 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Now it's this agenda machine meant to corrupt and destroy. And I don't think we're going to have what might end up with an Ubisoft situation, like where Ubisoft could very well in the next few months declare bankruptcy once Shadows bombs. And when you declare bankruptcy, then they're going to sell off your IP one at a time to pay off your debt. Disney's never going to reach that point. They're going to sell things of their choosing when the time comes, but they're never going to be. It's never going to be a fire sale to grab up everything. And a lot of the things they did were parts like all the fairy tales. Fairy tales belong to everybody. There are versions that exist everywhere. Disney doesn't own the fairy tales; they own their versions of it.
Yeah,
but they do own everything in Fox Studios because they spent $72 billion on that and have barely paid anything of that back or any of it back. They own Lucasfilm. They own everything under that umbrella, and they've ruined every single franchise. Tell me one franchise under Lucasfilm since Disney bought it that has been made better. They ruined Star Wars. They've ruined Indiana Jones. They ruined Willow. And that's it. There's nothing else under Lucasfilm banner. They got rid of LucasArts, one of the best independent video game companies for 20, 30 years at one point. And they turned the publishing wing into basically YA novel central, and YA novels are garbage. They're not real. They're not real literature.
Yeah, but they're not selling.
And they're not selling. They're not selling at all. And
no one loved The Rock.
Poor Geode. He came and went, and everybody. They spent so much time trying to tell us it's such a good idea. Where did he go? Where did he go? They don't talk about him anymore.
Gone too soon.
But they care more about putting two gay Jedi on the front of a comic book cover. They care more about doing ridiculous, retarded shit with real George Lucas characters. I mean, I showed off a comic panel yesterday on Roundtable of an in-between period they're working with between Return of the Jedi and the sequel trilogy, where it showed Han, Luke, and Leia, Lando, Chewie, R2, and 3PO celebrating the birth of Ben Solo. And Jed actually read the dialogue bubbles while we were making fun of the art, and he pointed out that this is Disney Star Wars. This is deadbeat dad Han Solo actually says, "Who would run away from this?"
Seriously, I'm surprised they haven't like freaking taken some freaking fanfic where somebody shipped Han and Luke together and made that into a novel. That's where their mind goes.
Well, they want to turn Luke into Lucy and have him get railed by somebody.
Yeah, Star Wars 50 Shades of Gay, and
starring. Okay, I was gonna make a Dermy joke, but it didn't work. Didn't work. You know, all right. You know what? Speaking of that fat ass, you know what needs to end? This I'm his best friend bullshit. It's got to stop. Have you seen what he's been doing online today?
No.
He wrote a poem about it.
What? Dude.
He wrote a poem about it and tagged me in it. Here, let me bring it up.
What is wrong with that boy? Shit.
I mean, I engaged, but I only engaged in GIFs. I didn't actually say anything.
I showed my boss his opener, the Ballbusters opener, and I was all, "Have you ever seen anything that gay?" He's all, "No."
I mean, look at this shit. All right, look at this. I mean, it's not a real poem, but it's retarded fucking dermy. Okay, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Here we go.
Adam's
roses are red,
BFF.
violets are blue. Adam is the bestest best friend ever, and we're getting a coffin for 2.
What?
This is what he did at like basically 3 p.m. this afternoon. Yeah.
It's not only like
he was at work.
It's not only like massive levels of gay.
Yeah.
It also is kind of like a threat in a way. I'm gonna cough it for 2.
I have been saying that for 3 weeks. Calling me his best friend is a threat against my safety. And now I said it's almost 3 o'clock when he said that. That means he's over at work. And he said it that when he gets his break, he goes and sits on the toilet to pee. And he brings his phone in. I will bet real money. Motherfucker was sitting on the toilet when he sent this to me. When he put this out there on X Twitter. I bet he was sitting on the freaking toilet.
He probably was, to be honest.
Yes. He sat on the toilet tweeting at me. Hey, Ariel. Hi, Ariel.
Yeah.
Hey, Ariel. Welcome back.
Told you weren't.
I haven't. How could you be banned? You're right here.
Yeah.
You're not banned. Don't you play that on me. Let's see you, Ariel. Welcome back.
Glad you're back.
No. So he's sitting on the toilet, sending tweets out, knowing he knows. Now I was editing a video at this point, so I was finishing my video for this afternoon. I'm like, okay, when I'm done with this shit, I'm going to engage. And of course, I just started sending like Evil Dead gifs at him. It's like, I'm Ash. I'm getting ready. It's like, yeah, you want to take me to the coffin? I'll take you to the coffin. I got my chainsaw. I got my boomstick.
Where's the you throwing up one? That would have been my first reply.
No, because that means he got to me. No, I'm resorting to violence as a response here. That's my reply. I'm resorting to violence. And then I just kept mocking. And he's like, and he keeps going. And, then I'm like, this is I wanted boomstick, but all I got was bandstick. So I went with it.
Bandstick.
And he's like, wait. And he says, we're having these secret Sunday calls? No. I'm telling you, he's sitting on the toilet the whole time. Every time he's doing this, he's on the toilet. He's sitting there while he pees.
Adam and Sam spooning in a coffin. How did Sam get dragged into this? Poor Sam's whoa. Hold on here.
She's making up for lost time. Okay, she hasn't been here for a few weeks. She's got to just shotgun take shots at all of us. So you'll get hit with a straight soon. Don't worry.
Oh, I know. So Ariel's shipping you and Sam together, right?
Listen, Sam abuses all of us, okay? He has abused all of us. His tentacles, he's an eldritch being. His tentacles have no limit. They can go everywhere and anywhere. They can pop out from any shadow and do things. So
things. Dirty things.
So fuck you, Dermy. You degenerate weirdo. Okay. So all right. So how do you feel about the fact that any day now, any week now, because we got a couple weeks, he's gonna have to shave his head on camera, or shave his head at Vegas. It won't either way. Either way, he's gonna have to shave.
I hope he does it in Vegas. It would be good content.
Problem is, if he does it in Vegas, I won't be there for it. I mean, you guys will be there.
Well, you'll see it.
But I mean, I
watch the stream.
Yeah, but I can't comment it on camera live. I can't deliver my atomisms to basically, make him feel worse about it in the moment. I can't.
That's true.
It'll be missing my magic in that moment. And the problem is, what he has to do? he has to shave his head the week before Vegas on Ballbusters.
That would suck going to Vegas with a bald head because if you don't have a hat on, he's gonna get sunburned.
He has to do it the week
pimple.
before Vegas. That I think that should be. All right, we're gonna talk to Gal, and we're gonna make that a stipulation. We'll talk, Gal and Static, because Static is also working on that.
Oh,
so that should be it. What?
If we can get him to a certain level, we got to have Mad this to the thing. He has to wear a yarmulke in Vegas. I would love to see his damn ass with one of those on his bald head.
Come on. You'd have to get some sticky because the yarmulke stays on with like a little clip on the hair. So if he's got no hair, you'll have to. Oh! So were you there? You were there. You began to show this. That's the Gorilla Glue. That's where the Gorilla Glue comes in.
Oh, he'll
Gorilla
never do
glue
that.
A yarmulke to his bald ass head. Yes.
Oh God.
Yes.
I would be down with donating to achieve that goal.
We are adding this. We are going to part of one of the new limits. Because remember, you were there. He said, "Oh, well, I guess I'll do something with Gorilla Glue or Super Glue." Okay, he hoarded his way in. He hoarded his way out for that. It is now. He will have to super glue a yarmulke to his head.
I'm gonna try to get him in here because we've got to bring this. And I want him. What's up, Sam? I've been trying to get like him to agree to doing another Pub Busters, but like an entire Friday. So like have
like a 12-hour run.
Yeah, another 12-hour run or something where it's Ball Busters. We start on Ball Busters, goes right into the pub. And I was thinking we could bring Salmon and Abyssal Musings if he wants to. I know he said we should talk to Lawrence first, but like do a big Friday show. I don't want no money. I've got plenty of money for Vegas. That's not an issue for me. I'm going to try to see if I can get a sub drive, kind of, get some subs off of it. Yeah. But Dermy can keep all the money, and we can punish the hell out of that piggy. So I'm going to try to get him in here.
Well, I won't say what it is, but we've come up with it's not now, it's going to be for the 100th episode. We were looking at we were doing something else on another stream, and we found something. There's going to be a surprise for Derby on the 100th episode. So of Ball Busters, we've put together a surprise for him. We're working on it now, and it's going to be funny. It's going to be a funny one. We're going to get him with that. Listen, Derby will come in here. He came in here 2 weeks ago at the final 5 minutes of the stream with a cat avatar. To be retarded. But so I like this. He shaves his head. He's gonna get there. He'll get there. The punishment will happen, and we're gonna when he's in Vegas. She shaves his head the week before Vegas on Ballbusters, so that I can be there for it and make it even better. And then when you're there, you guys can videotape him for the meetup. With a super glued yarmulke to his head, his bald ass head.
He says he's busy, which means he's writing more bad poetry.
No, it means he's taking his shit and jerking off is what it means.
Oh God! Don't put that in my head.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna make it.
Need a lobotomy.
I'm gonna shift it. Here's a fun one. I found this right before we got started. Did you play Hogwarts Legacy? I don't remember.
Yeah, I beat it.
You beat it. Well. This month, the PC version officially gets mods.
Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. The first one's gonna be him and
there it is.
Yep,
that's what it's gonna be. Professor Garlic, Professor Tits. They're gonna do it.
I was gonna say they're either gonna have like gay mods or something, or
no.
Professor
This
Garlic
is going.
naked.
Listen, when we were all playing it. When it first came out, everybody universally had a hard-on for Professor Garlic because big-ass ginger titties, okay? They were just there, and everybody was making the jokes, and therefore you know goddamn well when this thing mods out, her titties are coming out. It's going to be fun.
People were abusing themselves to freaking Professor Garlic. That's true.
I didn't abuse myself on stream. Uh-oh. What's up, Sunshine?
Ha ha ha.
Told me to come here. What is it?
Oh, we've got it. Okay, so we've decided on a new punishment for you. It's combo. It's combo. So what level is shave your head again?
Give me a moment. I'll open it up.
Let's get. We'll come back to Professor Garlic in a bit. Here we go. Let's do this.
I mean, I already have a new punishment that I'm working on.
Oh, we've got a better one now, but I want to know what the level is. I want to know how far away we are from shaving your head.
I think we made like $50. No, it was more than $50. Shit, I don't know how far away we were.
Well, we're gonna
Give me
get
a
you there.
moment.
I think we'll get you to shave your head. I think we'll get you there. Okay.
Mm,
Now I want to add one stipulation. Well, one stipulation, and then there's a bonus punishment that we'll add on a stretch goal punishment. Okay, it's a new one. And
shave my head is $2,400.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get you there. All right. So Devil and I just put our heads together, and we come with things. So one, because when were you going to shave your head? I think you should do it the week before the meetup, so I can be live on stream for that. Otherwise, I won't be there for it. And
Okay.
you want me there? Okay. Oh, is that fair? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going to go to the meetup with the shaved head. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember where you said there was you were open to a Gorilla Glue super glue punishment last week? You said you were open to it. If it was
No hablo inglés.
it was within reason. You know, we're not gonna super glue your ass shut. We're not gonna super glue your lips shut. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Devil just put it out there, and I added to it.
I'm so scared.
When you go to the meetup, your stretch goal punishment with your bald ass head, you're gonna super glue a yarmulke to your head. Yes, do it. Put it out there. Stretch goal. You got to go to the meetup with a yarmulke super glue.
I said I would donate for that one. I'd put money in for that one.
It's as though I'm there, but not. I'm there in spirit, punishing you.
Wouldn't I burn?
What? It's at night. Isn't
No,
it?
I mean, the moment the yarmulke touches my head, would I burn?
I don't know. Are you unholy?
It'd be like Indiana Jones thing. He just melts.
Well, I'm not unholy, but let's be real fair here. I think you are.
What? Well, devil is. A devil's a devil.
Yeah.
I have a covenant with God. I'm cut. I'm fine.
He doesn't burn people for putting yarmulkes on their head. Otherwise, Ben Shapiro would be up in flames in minutes.
Listen. Plenty of people wear yarmulkes when they go to Jewish events, and they're not Jewish.
I will think about it. How is that fair?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Gal.
Well, I already have a new thing that I'm going to be implementing because I actually kind of liked. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked the thing Kratos suggested to me.
What's or is it a secret?
Weigh-ins. Well, I'm working out the idea, but I like
because you can't do you can't do a couple of the things you want to do. That they have weight limits, so got to lose some weight. You can't ride the zip line. You're over the weight limit.
Wait, there's a weight limit for the zip line?
Yeah, 275.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, because they don't want you to like start on it and then get to the middle and you like and you're just like hanging 5 foot above the ground in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I would love to do the zip line, but yeah, at the same time, I wouldn't. I'm petrified of heights.
Oh, damn. Okay, so we were gonna show you this. Drew showed us this last week, and we were gonna show on Ballbuster, but we ran out of time. I should still have it here. Hang on a second, bring it up. There's another thing.
Yeah. We were calling it Operation Bent Needle.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Where is it? It's from. He showed us a video of another thing you can do while here it is. While you're in Vegas. So let's share this here. And we thought it'd be a stretch goal for you too. It'd be a good one, but there is probably a weight limit, and since you're afraid of heights, it would have made it even better. I didn't know that.
No, fuck no. Fuck no.
Now look back inside. Last picture.
And look, True Pop did it. You're fine.
Yeah,
No,
Spanish
you're
True
fine.
Pop is.
Oh, I actually thought this was True Pop.
Yeah, I know.
We all said that. Holy crap, it's True Pop.
I mean, all right, come on, Dermy.
I
I didn't know you were afraid of heights.
No one's
I'm
died on
petrified
it
of
yet.
I did. You're a
You could be a
giant. And you're
first.
afraid of heights?
I don't. Yeah, I'm terrified of heights.
Really?
Yes.
New punishment fear unlocked. Okay. Watch this. You see, you don't want to do this.
No.
Controlled descent.
No. You see, God made us without wings for a reason. Okay, we're supposed to be on the ground. Gravity exists. This is all evil, and fuck no.
Holy moly!
Look, True Pop survived. You could survive. It'd be all right.
Well, that's True Pop. He weighs like 25 pounds.
That's why it's called Operation Bent Needle.
Why can't
Anyway.
why can't you send Drew out to go do it?
Drew's already sacrificed enough for our country. He doesn't need to do that.
Well, I mean, do you just want to send me out there to go die?
Yes. That's the whole point.
No, I
It's for a
refuse.
good cause.
I refuse to do it, mainly because, especially after the Doctor Who news today, I
Saw that too.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
Oh,
the glory.
I obviously saw the fact that they hired a child fucking groomer to write.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi,
You don't think I'm making a video on that and uploading it right now?
Oh, I should make a video
My
on it.
video is.
I
This is
should
the
make a
first time I
video
thought
on that.
Fandom Pulse
Right.
went too easy on the fucking person.
You're right. I was debating whether or not to even. I wasn't sure where to insert that at all. But I get, yeah, there is something there to that. Though you saw the whole list of all four of them, right?
I saw the whole list. I don't know the
Yeah.
other three. I know this one, and this one wrote this book is gay and can get bent for all I fucking care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there's a good chance my video gets demonetized. I had to stop. I pulled up Michael Knowles'
You said some words.
describing what is in the book. I couldn't show some of the stuff because it would destroy my video. That's how graphic that book is, and it's for kids. Fuck that person.
I might push it to Sunday, and get Jed's take on it. I might hold that till Sunday.
I just can't as a fan of anything. I just can't get people who can stand there and watch and destroy something, know they're destroying it. With how bad last season did for them, with all the woke shit and the backfire that came from it. What makes them go, you know what? The best thing we can do is double down on that. Double down. That'll be what
Because they're
saves it.
retarded.
Yeah.
They know they're destroying it. They know they're murdering it. And how twisted of a person do you have to be? Like I say, even if I don't like an IP, even if I don't appreciate the IP, I wouldn't do it to the fans, and I wouldn't do it to people who actually love the character or whatever.
Yeah, but that's
I just
because
couldn't do it.
Well, that's because you actually have standards and you actually are a good person. These people don't give a shit. They are ideologues, and they only exist to push their ideology at all cost.
It is so sad. So sad.
Yeah. Hi, Samuel. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. So, fuck you, Dermy. We're not best friends. We're not going to be sleeping in a coffin together. Fuck you.
We're gonna sleep in a coffin together.
No, we're not. Now Samuel's been pulled into this. Thanks. Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ariel
how did
shipped
he get-
Sam and Adam together. They're in
Well,
the
I
coffin.
mean, I don't care. I don't care.
Go. Oh.
Now it's become a
There's
threesome
room-
coffin, I
there's-
guess.
It can be a threesome coffin.
That's.
I mean, you guys know I don't die, right? I'm just gonna end up
Yeah.
eating both of you.
Wait, who?
I don't know.
who two?
He's a cannibal. He's gonna.
And I'm a degenerate bastard that we don't even know if I'm gonna die.
You're undead. You're already undead. I think. You might be. Maybe.
Who knows? But
anyway, how you doing, Samuel?
Oh, I was pretty good till I came in here and started hearing shit about grooming. Jesus.
Yeah. It's listen, we're not going to dive into that because that's not fun right now. That's some disturbing shit. But I want to put this way. I talked about it yesterday. Dermy, you can go if you know.
Okay, I'm going by. I'm uploading videos. Fuck
you
off.
Go, make your videos. Yeah, we did your thing. We're not gonna keep him here. He's making videos. We got him here for what he wanted. He's gonna super glue a Yamaga to his head in Vegas. So that's happening. It's going to happen. But we got this.
If he doesn't agree to it, I'll just walk up behind him and slap the yarmulke on the back of his head with glue on it. Yeah.
Just distract him with a pie in one hand and just like that.
I'll throw food on the ground, and when he bends over to pick it up,
if he does that, if he cosplays the Jew, as it were, Adam, we should definitely find a way to get you there so you can show up dressed as an easy bake oven.
Why do I have to be the oven? I don't want Jeremy
because you're like his natural enemy.
Yeah, it's an ensemble costume. Adam, you need the oven if you have
especially if you're gay together now. You gotta have like
no, we are not. No, this whole best friend thing needs to end. God damn it, he did it by accident, and now it's a thing. But you know what isn't an accident? We talked about it yesterday on the roundtable, but I really want your takes on the first shot of Corn Swallet flying as Superman. Have you guys looked at this yet?
Oh,
I saw some memes. I haven't seen the actual thing.
Okay, then here you go. I've got it queued up right where it happens because I have the actual video. Last time I had a GIF, but now I have the video. Here it is. Let me mute it because I don't need the audio for it. Watch this. Oh no.
Does it look a little?
Is that the same dude?
That is Corn Swallet, yeah.
That doesn't look like the same dude.
I mean, yesterday Jed applied the term Downsy to this.
He does look a little freaking Special Olympics.
Ricky Berwick put his face on this for a meme yesterday.
Yeah, the Ricky's fucking awesome.
I mean, everybody is ripping this to shreds, and James Gunn had to come out today and say it's really him. It's not CGI. It's really like him. CGI. It looks like CGI.
I wouldn't even go with. I wouldn't even say like necessarily, Down syndrome. This looks more Bell's palsy to me.
All I know is that there's just something. What's up with his left eye?
Yeah, Bell's palsy.
Yeah,
I have the same problem. my wonky eye.
No, but there's something wrong about that. He looks like he's looking in two different directions. Right,
probably is.
I don't know. I'll repeat what I said yesterday, and then I'll let you guys weigh on it some more because I've already said my piece on this 2-3 times now. This is not giving me any more faith in this movie. None whatsoever. This is another massive red flag that they can't make a clean flight scene. That they have to do that. James, this is a thing James Gunn does. This super focused in on the face flying thing.
Yeah, he does it with Quill too in Guardians of the Galaxy. When he's in his helmet, he does the up close face thing. This out of all the stuff, this is not that egregious to me. It's just it looks real wonky and funny. It's not like it's not what I would use as a clip that I'm trying to sell a movie for. I'd be like, exactly. It doesn't look right. But out of everything, it's just minor to me.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a major thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this is the movie's going to be shit. What I'm saying is, this is not what I expect from a big budget Superman movie. I expect it to look legitimate.
Well,
I don't. I expect it to look just like every other big budget piece of shit that's come out in the last 10 years.
That's fair.
But is it to me? Tell me if you guys see the same thing. It doesn't look like Superman with pecs. It looks like Superman with a gut, What is going on
beer
with
belly.
how the
That's a
belly
weird angle, you're
curve?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it look like he has a fat, paunchy belly hanging under him.
Yeah, or a fupa.
Yeah, there you go. Super
Gross.
fupa.
That's gross. But it's just disconcerting to me, I think is a good way to put it, because I feel like James Gunn didn't take this seriously. I've been saying that since the beginning. I don't think he was the right guy to do this. And I feel like this is just another sign that this movie is being made by somebody who doesn't understand how to put Superman on a screen.
Yeah. But we knew that James Gunn, his favorite stuff are kind of the oddities and the weird stuff. That's why he wanted to do Guardians. That's why he wants to do the other movies that he's lined up. I think the studio wanted him to do Superman. I don't think he wanted to. I think he was all like, no, it's not my interest. But they're all like, that's part of the deal type thing. We want a Superman movie. And yeah, I just don't think he's putting as much effort into it as he would a property he actually likes or values. And it kind of shows just in some of the stuff we've seen. Just it doesn't look right, or it doesn't really say Superman to me or make me want to see the movie in any way.
Yeah, it's James Gunn is sticking to what he knows the same way that Zack Snyder stuck to what he knows, right? In Gunn's case, it's like the quirky, weird shit. In Snyder's case, it's like the extremely stylized slow motion and rapey undertones, right? But like I'm just saying, you go back and watch all of his movies. There's always a rapey undertone, right? But this is
did Sam just create a freaking word? Or like not word, but like idea, rapey undertones. We're gonna be seeing them everywhere now. Yes,
I just put a name to it. Snyder created it, as far as I'm concerned. But like it's, he wants that sucker. Snyder wants that sucker punch vibe in that 300 vibe in everything that he does, right? Just like Gunn wants. That well, I mean, this had a bit of a weirdly intergalactic rapey undertone too. The Slither vibe in everything, right? If you guys haven't seen Slither, by the way, it's one of his better movies.
But these are very interesting ways to put this, and I find myself unable to completely disagree, because I think he's hiding his insecurities about this movie by making it an ensemble movie. He's hiding behind his tropes because deep down inside he knows he couldn't grasp, I don't think, what it means to portray Superman in the proper light. And here's the thing. I see this doesn't look heroic to me. It looks goofy. It looks half-assed. And I look at this, my first thought comparison is, and yes, it's two different generations of filmmaking, special effects, but the Christopher Reeve, slow fly, the wave, the salute, the smile, that's wonderful. This, do the homage. Do it like that. This doesn't have to be super fast. Also, there are some visual problems in this. Was pointed out yesterday. Prof pointed it out yesterday. The snow's not hitting him properly. He's not interacting with the environment the way he would going that fast. There's a lot of problems with this, and I don't want to hear, "Oh, it's not the finished product." If it's not the finished product, then why are you putting it out?
Well, and even if it isn't the finished product, like, when you show somebody this, like at the speed at which this is going, you're supposed to be focusing on him, not the background, right? And so they're hoping that people aren't going to be doing what we're doing right now, which is like, frame by frame looking at it and why it doesn't work. Most people in theaters are going to see this shit and they're going to be like, oh, look how fast he's going. They're not going to see all the inconsistencies because it's going to go by too fast.
Well, I don't think this was in the theater. This was just a 30-second spot. And this whole 30 seconds was mostly imagery we saw in the previous trailer, except for this and Lex Luthor getting out of a helicopter with sunglasses on. What we're probably going to get in 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, is a trailer of the Super Bowl. and that's going to be a story trailer. Don't tell me they're not going to put a trailer to Super Bowl.
No. I said, yeah. They're definitely doing that.
Yeah. And hey, Super Bowl Sunday, guess what we're going to do Monday night? We're going to react to it. I will save my reaction for there. So we need that story trailer. We need, because then it'll get us one step closer to trying to, or being able to, get a grasp for what is this movie? What is it going to do? Because right now, a lot of it's guesswork. And I see this, and my guesswork continues to say to me, this is not going to be good.
I mean, unless they Sonic the Hedgehog this shit, it's not going to,
Maybe they'll fix the eye with the CGI.
Maybe they'll get him to a doctor or something, because he looks a little melty on the one side.
And the whole scene, and they might, we ain't seen the entire flying scene, so I can't sit there and say that it's not something they have in there. But instead of him doing the little corkscrew and flying between the two pieces of cracking ice, wouldn't it have been much cooler to see him fucking just bust through a massive chunk of ice?
You can't have him be masculine like that, Devil.
Yeah, I guess that could be. He's all like, "You can't break ice." No, he has to. He has to swive around it and do a little flipsy, and that's very well possible. But yeah, I think it would be a much cooler visual to see him going towards that big chunk of ice. They show the other side, and you see it just slowly like cracking, and it comes out the other end, just, showing his strength and stuff. But yeah, you're probably right there. Like, yeah.
No, can't do that. So, all right. So I just wanted to get your takes on that, and that is lies. Those are lies and slander, Ariel.
Shut up, Ariel.
You want to be banned again? All
right. As I told Devil, I have one real actual discussion article. I want to give Drew a chance to get here. He is held up by some real life stuff, so I want to give him a chance to get here.
Got a flap?
No, surrounded by sick people apparently. So, but I have this. Let's have a little fun with this because we like to do this. Another video game moment. Retro game checklist. Have you played these franchises? I believe that was the thing. Let me check, make sure I got the notation right. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go back out. Says, have you played at least one game from each of these series?
Let's see.
So let's go. Mario, yes, of course.
Definitely. Who hasn't? Yes. Come on.
Yes. I mean, we're all old enough here to have played the original Mario games. So
yep.
Yeah. Sonic.
Yep.
I bought, as I've told the story before past, with my own little kid earned money, I spent $200 to buy a Genesis for myself because it was there. It was the new thing. There was no Super Nintendo yet. And I thought I could play this. So yeah, I played Sonic. Samuel?
I think there's only like two things on this whole list that I haven't played.
Okay. All right. So you played a Sonic game then, I assume.
Yeah, I played a bunch of Sonic games, dude. Yeah. I was a Sega kid.
Oh, yeah.
I played Sonic Spinball, dude.
Wow. Okay. All right. Zelda. Duh. Zelda.
Obviously.
I mean, I played all the Zelda games, but I felt so. Pac-Man.
Yep.
Yes. Arcade. Classic in the arcade.
Played Pac-Man, played Mrs. Pac-Man. Me and one of my cousins used some really simple software back in the 90s to make our own Pac-Man game.
Ooh, that's cool. Castlevania.
Yep, played a bunch of those too.
Wait, Devil, you haven't played Castlevania?
No, never really got into it.
Never played Castlevania?
I said that when we were talking about Castlevania. Yeah, and I mentioned that. Yeah, no, I haven't really played it.
I missed that.
Yeah, I would play Symphony of the Night. It's really the only one you need to play. It's a good RPG, side scrolling.
Mm-hmm. Everyone says that. There's a couple that people have suggested to me. I just haven't got around to it.
Yeah. Pokemon. Yes.
Unfortunately.
No, but my oldest kid has played all of them. I don't. So by proxy, sure,
Osmosis?
but no, I've never touched one.
You played it by osmosis. Space Invaders. Yes.
Definitely.
It was an arcade game. Who didn't play Space Invaders in arcade? Excite Bike. Well, yeah, it's an original Nintendo game. Of course I played it. Yeah, well, you did. Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously. I played Street Fighter. And I'm not very good at Street Fighter. That's why I didn't play more than a couple of them, because I'm not good at it. Donkey Kong. Of course. Original Donkey Kong Country.
For the record, the original Donkey Kong game was actually Mario Brothers before they added Super to it.
Mm-hmm. You are correct, sir. Of course, we've all played a Turtles game.
Mm-hmm. Several.
One of the greatest arcade experience in my life is playing the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. That is by and far one of the best arcade experiences you can ever have. So much fun. Wait a minute.
Yeah, honestly, the one they put out last year was pretty good too.
That's the era we live in, though. The co-op ability of that, of course. Yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
How is this list racist?
There's
There's
black
no
people.
black characters. Yeah.
There's a black
Hate.
mage right there. Final Fantasy.
Hate.
It's a black mage right there.
It's not even a human.
That's
He does look a little bit like
That's
the
not a
Tar Baby
freaking-
from Rare Rabbit, though.
That's
huh?
a Jawa in a pointy hat. What are you talking about?
No, I played Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm playing one right now.
Samuel hates Final Fantasy, though.
I that's not to say I've never played Final Fantasy. I
I know.
have. Why do you think I hate it?
I know. I didn't say you didn't. I just said you hate it. DuckTales. I played the original DuckTales game.
I got my ass beat by the original DuckTales game. I'd say it
Really?
played me. Yeah.
It was the easiest games in the world.
I don't know, man. Something about the Disney games of that era. Like, do you remember the Aladdin side scroller?
Okay, that one was hard.
Jesus fuck, that was a hard game.
But that's already Genesis, Super Nintendo. DuckTales,
Right.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That was NES when I played. Those were great.
I did play DuckTales. I of that era though, the one I remember playing most was probably I forget what it was called, but it's one where you play as Mickey Mouse and you have Minnie towing behind you the whole time, and like Pete's the bad guy and whatever. You remember what I'm talking about?
I think I played that one.
The one where you play in the park and you got to go through the different worlds in the park. So you're in the mansion. I remember you're in the haunted mansion.
Yeah,
There's a haunted mansion level and a Pirates of the Caribbean level, right?
Yeah, and you can't do anything with Minnie. She's just kind of there the whole time, following you along. But yeah, it was.
I remember
the game was okay. Yeah,
yeah. There were some good Mickey games back in the day. There's some good ones. But I like DuckTales. And yes, Ariel, I'm reading all your messages, but I'm picking the ones that cause the most chaos for discussion. You know how this works. I've thought about getting the DuckTales remastered, but I haven't been motivated enough to drop the money for it. Tetris. If you
I
got a
actually
Game
have
Boy,
a version of Tetris on my PS4 right now. I played it the other week.
Really?
I've been playing Tetris for 30 years, man.
I haven't played Tetris since I was, I don't think, 12 or 13 with my first Game Boy. That's the last time I played Tetris.
Yeah, no, I like Tetris. It's a fun game to take your mind off of shit.
Well, it's just you focus on the puzzle. There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff for some people, not for me. But it clears the mind. You focus on that one thing, and you just push all the extraneous crap out, and you come out of the other side clear of purpose. So I can understand that. Mega Man. Yeah, we were talking about this last week. We'll go the other week.
Mega Man X0 10 or whatever just kicked the ever-loving shit out of me pretty badly. But yes, I've played a few Mega Man games.
Mega Man X1 is one of the best. That's one of the few. Listen, I will say this, God's honest truth. I never beat any of the NES Mega Man games. I just couldn't do it. Farthest I got was Mega Man 2, second or third boss in Wily's Castle. That's as far as I got. I never beat an NES one, but Mega Man X, those games I could beat. I was good at those. Kick those games. I love those games. Those were great. Although playing as Zero in that one, that's hard mode. That's real hard mode because Zero has no range attacks. He just has his laser sword, and I got all the way to Sigma at the end, and I just couldn't beat him. I just couldn't do it.
I couldn't get past the fucking prologue, man. It just it beat my ass.
Mega Man Legends, that was the RPG, right? That counts. It's a Mega Man's game. It's a Mega Man game. I never played it though. I wasn't
in the franchise, yeah.
It's in the franchise. It counts. I never played it though. I was not interested in playing that one. So yeah, that one counts. There were several Mega Man cartoon, Ariel. There was the first one technically is when he was a character on Captain and the Game Master. He would go Mega this and Mega that. It was horrible. That portrayal of Mega Man was terrible because he didn't even have an arm cannon.
There was a pretty good one on Saturday morning cartoons in the mid '90s.
Yeah, where he had Roll and he had Dr. Light. There was everything, and it was basically all 8 Mega Man games at the time. All 8 original Mega Man games. All robots were part of it. Mega Man X even guested once. That one was okay, although the arm cannon was on the wrong arm.
Yeah. And I remember he could call upon the different cannons and stuff and use the different blasters.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad one. And there was also a Mega Man NT game adaptation or an adaptation of the NT games. There was one of those too. Good. So there have been several Mega Man cartoons. Several. But yeah, so Mega Man, I wouldn't be surprised if we get more Mega Man. Honestly, I want more Mega Man X. That's my favorite of all. Bomberman, yes. I was young. Yeah, I played Super Bomberman on the SNES with friends.
I think I did. I can't say for sure, but I'm vaguely remember that I might have played it.
Yep. Contra.
Yep.
Who hasn't played Contra?
Fucking Contra.
Left, right, BA start.
Yeah.
When somebody come to sleep over, that was what we played first. Let's put in the code. Let's go kill aliens. It was great.
Without that code, that game is nearly impossible.
Impossible.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
You have to be some sort of tismed maniac to beat that game without the code. Duck Hunt.
Fuck that dog. Fucking right in his stupid face.
You can't shoot him. We all tried to shoot the dog.
Did you see that scary game they made that was based off that kind of situation?
No.
You're this kid, and it's done with the head setup. What do you call them? The 3D, things for the system. And you're playing Duck Hunt. You're sitting in your living room, and it feels very familiar. But it's supposed to be like a kid in the 80s sitting in his room. I mean, in the front room, playing on the old type of TV, the big box TV.
CRTs. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to solve the puzzle from there. You have to find the game on the shelf, and you have to put it in, and you keep playing these levels of Duck Hunt. And there's this creepy dog, and stuff keeps happening, and then the dog ends up coming into the real world and like killing your mother, and it's really freaking weird. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that game. It's fucking creepy. Yeah,
that's messed up.
Yeah, it's very, very weird. Very weird.
I think I've heard of this. Maybe we'll put it on the co-op list for down the road. Might be a thing to do. I wouldn't be against it. Some shoot 'em ups. All right, Captain Tsubasa. I've never played a Captain Tsubasa game. Never
know what it is.
I don't know what it is. So here's I get my first strike, and it's my last one because,
It looks like soccer from the icon.
Yeah. That's soccer. Yeah, right. That is a soccer ball. Yeah, you're right. That is a soccer ball. Then of course, Mortal Kombat. Duh. I was a worker at the arcade on that for Mortal Kombat 2. I was a worker.
I have played every Mortal Kombat except the last one, including the spin-offs with like Sub-Zero and the other dude, Jax,
and
I think.
The Special Forces. What was it called? It was something.
It was called Special Forces or something.
Was it? I thought that might be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then there was the Sub-Zero solo spin-off. Yeah, that was a weird fucking game. But yeah, no, I played every single Mortal Kombat except for the most recent one. I even played 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one I legitimately played was 3. Then I stopped. But I have kept I did a couple years ago when 11 reached its zenith and they put out the final DLC, which brought back Kerry Taki I can never say his name as Shang Tsung for the DLC.
Yeah, Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, I can never say his name.
It's a hyphen. It's a lot of syllables. Yes, Ariel.
He's an icon.
I did play DC Mortal Kombat. I have a copy of it still. I actually enjoyed that game quite a bit, and it's the reason that I ended up picking up the Injustice games, which were both made by the same studio. I also enjoyed playing those games, even if the stories were shit.
Hey, sometimes gameplay's fine, but
Dude, let me play his dark side in Injustice 2. Like, come on.
Injustice is fine. It's the Mortal Kombat versus DC or DC versus Mortal Kombat. That was the shit ass game. Like, I hated it. I did like 3 fights and I went, fuck this shit. Throw that shit away.
I didn't play any of that, but as I said, I kept up. Eventually, I did do this is a point in time. I think it was during COVID actually, where I had nothing to watch, so I was scrolling through YouTube, and somebody had put up basically, I guess it was 12, 15 hours worth of combined cutscenes from everything Mortal Kombat from basically the past decade. Yeah. And I watched the entire story over a 2 or 3 day period.
Most of those are from the most recent games too, because like 11 had like a 5-hour fucking storyline, and just in cutscenes, the actual campaign took probably 14 hours.
Yeah, I did. I think I watched 8, 9, 10, and 11 all together. I just they were like broken down in videos, 3-4 hour videos a pop, and I know the entire story. Hell, it gave me some idea. Honestly, it was actually productive because it gave me a couple of ideas for my own stuff to implement some ideas. It actually sparks for a particular type of character, so it was actually pretty productive, and it was interesting the way they fucked everything up, the way they screwed everything up. It was crazy. But so I was caught up, and so when MK1 came out last year, I was well aware of how messed up Fire God Liu Kang is, and all that shit. I was very well aware.
11 didn't just, I mean, obviously they covered up the titties in that game pretty badly. They started doing that in 10 in like Mortal Kombat X, but it got really bad in 11. But that wasn't even the most egregious thing in it. It was that the story was so fucking stupid.
They kept retconning themselves. That was the problem. Every game started retconning the previous events. And listen, I do like the fact that in the end, Liu Kang won it all because to me, he was always the ultimate hero, not Johnny Cage. But how they got there, fighting this goddess of time, whatever her name was, it was so
Sandy Vagina.
Is that if that's what you call it? Sure.
Chronica, I think her name.
Chronica, that's it. Chronica. Yeah, Chronica. It was just so out there, but I was along for the ride this far, catching up. I finished it out, and then they took all the ideas and went for the worst way possible, and they ugified the girls even more in one.
Mm-hmm.
And what bugged me is how I really did like the Sonya Johnny Cage arc and all that. I thought it was really good, and then they just wiped it all out.
Yeah, well, they wiped out the entire history of every game that came before it and said like, oh, it's a do-over, and now Liu Kang is like the ultimate supreme being in the universe.
Until
even though he's been undead for like 4 fucking games in a row.
Yeah. So it was weirdly entertaining, but but I cannot forgive how they fucked it all up.
No, it's I hated the story in 11. Some of the combat was actually really cool in it. They did some neat things with that I really enjoyed. But some of the aesthetics were sort of jacked up. Like I said, they covered up all the girls and stuff, which is, I mean, okay, whatever. But why are you still got Johnny Cage out there in short shorts and no fucking top when he's like 50?
With Johnny,
you know,
chest.
I mean, he's old man at this point. They make a point of telling you that he's an old man multiple times in the story, not only with his kid making fun of him, but also his ex, Sonya Blade, making fun of him, and he makes fun of himself. They completely cuck Johnny Cage in that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's fine for him to have his tits out.
And after they made him, and after they gave him a really good hero arc in the previous game.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I don't know. I honestly, the only reason I bought it is because fucking Spawn was in it, and the Spawn gameplay is fantastic. You know?
So it's a shame. I don't know what just to take it down that direction. Since we're there, I don't know what they do with the Mortal Kombat franchise, because Mortal Kombat MK1 was lambasted by everybody. Nobody likes this game.
I think that was the first MK that actually didn't do as well as all the every MK since the first one has made bank. You know, I mean, it was a reliable franchise. You know, but I honestly think the story of 11 fucked them so hard on this that it wouldn't have mattered what they really did with MK1. They were gonna see a drop in sales, a pretty significant one.
I don't think you're wrong.
It's just like most these IPs. Once they step into the landmine, there's nothing really they can do. What are they going to do? Retcon it again? Oh, that time thing that happened didn't happen. We're back to the original timeline. You know, like they can't. They've gone down this rabbit hole. So now they need to play with the girl they brought, dance with the girl they brought to the party, and I just don't think people are into it. They don't like the characters, the way they went with them, the direction they went with their stories. I do. I think they really hurt themselves. I don't know how they're going to bring it back.
I don't know either. Well, I mean, just we'll stay with Mortal Kombat and we'll just shift gears a little bit. I think they have a problem with the new Mortal Kombat movie coming out. I don't think there's any excitement for it at all. I mean, it's on my list this year for when I made my box office predictions at the beginning of the year. I believe I said that. I didn't say it was going to be a bomb, but I said that it's going to depend on how much the Mortal Kombat fan base embraces it. And if the Mortal Kombat fan base doesn't embrace MK2, Mortal Kombat 2, stupid thing, it's going to bomb. Because the bad word of mouth will happen because they're going to release this. I believe they're releasing it in the movies, not like the other way around during COVID where it got the streaming release.
Yeah, so I'm probably one of the only people in our circle who actually liked that movie.
I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it.
Right. Well, I'm not blind to its issues or its problems or anything. I mean, the main character develops literal plot armor as a actual superpower. I mean, it has issues.
It shouldn't have even been there. It should have been Scorpion the whole goddamn time.
Again, Adam, I'm with you on this. I'm fully aware and cognizant of all of the fucking things that are wrong with this movie. That said, what they did give me was incredible for me to enjoy myself. I've seen it a couple of times now, and I still come to that conclusion, particularly the Scorpion and Sub-Zero bits at the beginning and end, which are fucking incredible. But
now,
you know, I mean, but they're So as somebody who really liked that movie, but is really not happy with the direction the games are taking, I'm probably still going to see this movie. I think you're going to see a fair number.
Oh, I'm going to see it too.
But you're probably, but you're probably right. There will probably be less viewership for this, probably in large part on account of that. And then there were also a number of people who were very unhappy with that movie too.
Yeah, and the thing is this: the dude who played Sub-Zero, that dude's a badass. That dude was in that Warrior show that was on Stars. He was one of the guys in that.
Yeah. Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah. That dude's
it's something Sonata. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's a badass. That dude is a serious fighting badass, and I really liked him in that show with his combat. So I respect that he was in this movie. The dude who played Scorpion, he's a fucking legend.
That's what I was thinking of. Not the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. But the other guy, both those dudes are awesome. But everybody else in the movie, the dude that had been playing Liu Kang, that's not Liu Kang. He was pretty bland. They cucked Goro hard in it. They used him as a tool for a second. Once again, Goro.
Yeah.
They killed Kung Lao immediately, essentially. I mean, it's just.
And they let him waste Natara right out of the gate, who shouldn't have even been there yet.
Yeah, true.
I hated the freaking how Jack's arms came about.
Yeah, that
was
weird.
That was retarded.
Little baby thing arms that grow.
Yeah, little baby robot arms, and somehow magically they become big, powerful robot arms.
Like, oh my gosh, I suddenly need my little fucking prosthetics that these fucking monks in the middle of nowhere somehow know how to make to lift this big ass rock. Boom, they're bigger now because I wished for it real hard.
Elon Musk needs to hire those monks.
Right.
The whole Kano thing was weird. Just the way they executed Kano. I mean, not his betrayal, but the whole use of Kano was strange in the movie.
I think Kano was one of the few parts that actually really worked in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Because dude's a dick. He's only tagging along because he thinks something's in it for him. Or because he thinks they'll kill him if he doesn't, because obviously Sonya, not his friend, and he is a notorious criminal, but and the second he sees a better offer, he switches sides, but I think Kano really worked in that movie, but I don't think that he was one of the better parts. There was some really dumb stuff in it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like that his eye was magical. I want cyborg.
Yeah, it should have been cyborg. It should have been cybernetic. Yeah, you're right.
Now, I think we've lost Ariel on this conversation. Ariel, this is Mortal Kombat that came out 2-3 years ago. 2022 during COVID. This is not MK1 or this is not the MK movie that came out back in the day. Mortal Kombat with Carrie hyphenated names. I'm going to say as Shang Tsung, and
or Annihilation with Brian. What's his name from the X-Files? Is Shao Kahn?
Yeah. So or Christopher Lambert as Raiden in the first one.
Yeah. I loved Christopher Lambert as Raiden. I mean, he obviously that's not the characters written in the games, but Jesus, that guy's entertaining.
Oh yeah, well he cheesed it up and it was funny. But
they should have had a line in the like an Easter egg where he's all like, "There can be only one."
Then Annihilation, which was just god awful. I remember I made a friend go see that with me in high school, and he's like, "Why did you make me go see this? This was terrible. I hate you for this." And for years, he never let me forget that.
And then they did a movie in between that was like kind of like I don't even know. I didn't watch it, but there was a movie in between the original set and then the newest one.
There was that. Then there was a cartoon on USA Network that followed up Annihilation. Sort of. It was sort of the same.
There was an animated movie too.
Yeah, there was
a
show.
And then there's been several animated movies. There's been several. Point is, there's like the one we're talking about.
A live action show too. There was a live action show that followed Kung Lao and two other fighters. Yeah.
Really?
And it was
But what we're talking about, Ariel, is the one from a couple of years ago, which came out in COVID. It's released on stream. I reviewed it. I think there's a review somewhere deep in the channel. There might be. I think the review is somewhere deep inside the channel. You can find it. I might have reviewed it, or maybe it was before I started the channel. I don't remember. I know I watched it. I just can't remember if I was sitting over there or if the desk was over here. I just don't remember when I did it. But before I reviewed it, but I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it as much as Samuel likes it because they had its moments.
Not a lot of people did like. Sure. And not a lot of people did like it as much as I did. And I obviously, like I said, I am not blind to the flaws.
Oh yeah, I know. And I'm not saying you aren't. No, well, I think, but the biggest problem to me is the dude who replace Johnny Cage, the Scorpion's ancestor, who just should not
Cole,
have been there. Cole,
the plot armor guy. Yeah,
you shouldn't exist. This Cole shouldn't be there, and I hope they kill him immediately in the second one because you've got Carl Urban coming in as actual Johnny Cage. Now I love Carl Urban, but he's too old to be Johnny Cage.
I mean, he's not too old to be current game Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is pushing 60.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be early to mid 20s super asshole Johnny Cage, like hot shot, Johnny across his chest. That's who this is.
Yeah, Carl's gonna have to get fucking cut for that too.
Yeah, so it's this movie will live or die by word of mouth. I think if the nerds like it, it's going to do okay. Not going to do gangbusters. It's going to do okay. And I got to see what they're doing with the story because what they did with this last one was so strange. I mean, the dude who was playing Raiden I couldn't understand a word he said in this first last one. I couldn't understand a word that dude said, not at all. And the dude who played Shang Tsung was so boring,
bland. He was bland as fuck. Yeah.
So Shang Tsung's going to come back. Raiden's come back. I believe they're putting in Shao Kahn because I believe the tournament's moving to Outworld for the second one.
Logically, I think it has to, especially since Shang Tsung and his surviving cronies got banished to Outworld. Immediately after the events of that. So yeah, there are only a handful of characters that I really like what they did with that in it, but I really like what they did with them. Like I loved Kano in that movie. I loved Sub-Zero. I think he was fucking fantastic in that movie, especially since that's not current Sub-Zero. That's Bi-Han. That's the one who
that's the original. That's the original.
And he is such an evil dick, and he's
awesome. Bi-Han was evil son of a bitch. Yeah.
I really liked Sonata's Scorpion quite a bit. I thought he was fucking incredible as well.
I do appreciate that they got him to get over here. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, they did. They did everything right with Scorpion except have him in the main part of the movie.
Have him in the movie, not just teasing for the last couple minutes, because that's what everybody wanted. Fucking Scorpion.
Yeah, Ariel, if you go watch this movie, watch the first 7 minutes of it because it's the best part of the fucking movie besides the climax fight with Scorpion. It's really, really good, and then it gets kind of peters off from there a little bit. But and I really liked Melina in this too, quite a bit. Problem is in a sequel, what do I got to look forward to? I mean, obviously there's Johnny Cage, but Melina's dead. Scorpion's dead. Bi-Han is dead. I mean, those two could come back in theory.
Well, Scorpion's undead. He can definitely. Well, I think they're going to have. I think the rumors are they're going to turn. I heard a rumor they're going to turn Bi-Han into Noob Saibot.
Mm-hmm. I hope they do. I hope they bring that guy back because he was great as one of the more villainous characters in the movie. And then who was the other one I was thinking of today? I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. He's part of the Black Dragon. He runs really fucking fast, and his face is all fucked up. He's got the hook swords.
Cabal.
Cabal. Yeah, Cabal. I liked what they did with Cabal in it too. I thought he was pretty cool too, but fucking killed him too. So,
Well, I wasn't there, but I was in the audience watching when Devil did the Get Ranked for the Mortal Kombat casters. There's a lot of people they can pull in. But they killed off already some of the more popular ones.
All of the best and most entertaining fucking roles in the first movie, are dead, and only 2 of them really, could probably come back. But
Scorpion can always come back. He's undead.
They have to bring Quan Chi in to get Noob Saibot.
Yeah, and I hope they don't go down the whole Revenant route though. That would be really annoying.
Yeah, and how are they going to do Kuai Liang? Right, if they go with Sub-Zero 2. Right, technically that's Bi-Han's brother, but Bi-Han in this is 800 fucking years old.
Yes. There's a lot of plot problems. There's definitely a lot of plot problems.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
So anyway,
listen, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance because I watched it only once. I can admit that I only watched it once, but I was entertained for my evening. when I watched it, but not enough that I would go back and watch it. I might rewatch it before I watch the next one just to make sure I'm all lined up so I can have proper commentary. But we'll wait and see. If the nerds love it, like I said, this thing will do decent. It's not going to make blockbuster money, but it might just get past break even. I don't think the budget's high for these things, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They put just enough jangling keys in the first one for, those of us who've been around the series and around the original MK movies. I mean, I guess there's a lot of nostalgia there. I'll cop to, for me.
Oh, yeah.
But I think you're probably right. I think it's unless the word of mouth is really, really good and they do some killer PR campaign, it's probably not going to do that well.
Carl Urban's going to choose scenery. Okay. He's going to choose scenery. He's going to put on a great show. And it's going to be funny as hell. But I just don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know. I hope that dude plays Liu Kang, put on a little more muscle. That'd be nice. Anyway.
Yeah, and hopefully the Cole fucking dies and they just fucking forget he happened.
Yeah. Or have him just die in the opening moments. Oh, sneak attack. Oh, he's dead. So anyway. Oh, so bad. So anyway. Yeah, well that's the thing, Ariel. The opening of the movie is cool and the ending is cool. It's the in-between parts of the movie that are momentarily good and drag at times. Either way, I think the first movie suffered a lot from a lot of miscasting. It wasn't a very good cast overall. That's part of the problem.
Well, so to address that, how often are we always bitching about overused actors who maybe shouldn't be in every role ever?
Oh,
a lot of these guys were
fair
point.
Fair point. But if you're gonna cast somebody to play Raiden, make sure we can understand a goddamn word he's saying.
I agree. You should cast well if you're going to cast unknowns. Sure, I'm with you on that. But like the guy who plays Jax, I forget what his name is. Anyway, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's probably one of the more well-known actors who.
I didn't have a problem with him. My problem for the most part was Raiden, Shang Tsung, Liu Kang. We don't even talk about Cole because Cole doesn't fucking matter. Those are the guys. 3 important characters who either had poor delivery, poor presence, or just didn't play the character right.
Yeah, and none of them were center stage either. Yeah. None of them were center stage,
which is kind of interesting because I know this is not an original timeline movie. It totally is not, but at this early portion of the story, Liu Kang should be center stage. The first round hero.
If they were going with the original timeline, I'm pretty sure they shouldn't. Like Kung Lao should have survived because he was the original fucking champion.
Yeah,
before Liu Kang was.
Well, I thought that was a different Kung Lao, not the Kung Lao that is in the second game. I thought there were 2 different people that had the same name. Because if we go original game timeline, Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang beat Shang Tsung to win the tournament. And then Shao Kahn breaks the rules using Sindel. And they starts the second tournament.
That's in 2.
That's a 2. And Kung Lao is the one that beat Shao Kahn canonically.
Right. Yeah, I got my shit mixed up. You're right. But still, Kung Lao should still be around. He doesn't become a zombie till like Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah. And then 3 doesn't... I don't know I don't know who canonically wins in Mortal Kombat 3. I don't know because 3 is where it's not so much a tournament because of the invasion. That's where
that's the one where they introduced like guys like Stryker and fucking Shiva and Night. Well, I think Nightwolf actually appears in Mortal Kombat 2. He was one of the additional characters along with like Reptile and
well, not in the arcade version. Nightwolf was not in the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 2. They might have done that later on.
I mean, he was definitely in 3, but 3 had at the time, especially 3 Ultimate later on when they made the updated port, had one of I think still to this day, one of the largest in-game rosters of any Mortal Kombat game and most fighting games of its era. It was huge. You had like fucking 60 characters to choose from, you know? So I think you're right. I think canonically in that one, there's not like Earthrealm wins the war, but there's no like champion of the tournament.
Yeah, because there's no tournament, but I don't know. I don't know who's supposed to be who wins it. I don't know who wins the third one. I don't know. I don't think I've ever known. And then 4 and 5 and 6, that's where things get weird.
Yeah,
things get really weird,
especially because they get away from the side-scrolling thing and go to like 3D. Matches that didn't work very well for it. It's like if you try to put Street Fighter in 3D, it doesn't fucking work. Right? It's a 2D game, and that's why they went back to that format later. They just used 3D aesthetics, but it's still like, you know, the way a 2D fighter works now currently. But when they started experimenting with it a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I was just like, hey, we want to see if we can do a thing. That's fine. It didn't work, so they went back to format. But
when they went back to format, they fucked the story, because then they did that thing where Shao Kahn is the ultimate victor, and somehow Raiden sends his memories back in time to Mortal Kombat 1. And I think, what is it? Mortal Kombat 9 is basically a rehash of Mortal Kombat 1, but they change the timeline, and then things start to get all fucked up.
Kind of. It kind of went really, really south in terms of like how like keeping all the timelines straight in I want to say in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which was like 1 or 2 games after Mortal Kombat 4, I forget which. Because that's when they first introduced a player character who was not on the roster. You were this like nameless dude who was starting from nothing and working your way up the ranks and shit. And there was a whole fucking 3D platforming fucking campaign you had to go on to build up your character and all this shit. And when they started focusing on like weird offshoot stuff there, and that ended up like fucking with like major events, which then they get into the timey-wimey shit down the road, and then you end up like where you said, where you basically got the same events from the first game, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, because Raiden has memories, and he starts altering things so that they can get the medallion and all the shit.
Raiden goes fucking evil over.
Yeah, at one point, Raiden holds on to the evil medallion, and it turns him batshit crazy.
Yeah, and then he fucking murders Quan Chi. It was pretty fucking epic, actually.
It gets insane. It's nuts. But to bring it back to the original point, I guess we're on this. I don't know where they go with this franchise at this point, with the last game being so reviled by everybody. I don't know.
NetherRealm's got some shit they need to get figured out if they want to continue. And they've been one of the most successful game studios since, you know, console gaming was a thing. You know, they've been one of the most consistently successful game studios. They've been around since fucking, you know, the Super Nintendo and the Genesis days. You know, they really need to get their shit squared away, or they're not going to continue to be around.
No. Anyway, let's catch us up with questions. Ariel's been throwing questions. We can answer a few of these. I don't want to think we're banning her again. Never were banned. I didn't play it. I didn't watch it. I didn't care about the Indiana Jones game. It came and went. Nobody talks about it anymore. It's gone. It's over. Who cares? Fell off.
One of the reactors that I watch for like movie content, Mirandalorian Reacts. She has another channel. Her main channel is the Mirandalorian, where she does gaming, and she's been playing it on there. And she seems to enjoy it, but I didn't see anything. I haven't been watching her VODs on it just because it just didn't seem that interesting to me. So I don't know too much about it.
I think, from what I understand, the people who liked it really liked it, and the people who didn't care or tried to play it and didn't like it just stopped. I know that our friend Melee James, he had some fun with it. He made a lot of jokes playing, like throwing the bottles at people's heads and shit like that. He did his best with it, but it kind of just came and went. It did not change the video game ecosystem whatsoever.
I
So,
honestly, I just don't think like even if it was a great game, there just wasn't enough press about it. There was some blurbs in our circles on YouTube
I mean,
where people talked about it for a minute, but they only talked about it for a minute, and then it was just gone.
let's be honest. As much as I love Indiana Jones, I don't want to play as Indiana Jones.
I mean, Lego Indiana Jones is pretty awesome, but yeah, I get you.
Fucking Lego games. I'm not doing that shit again.
I like the Lego games; they're fun.
I hate all Lego games. I hate them all. So that all right. So got another one. Has there been a Street Fighter MK crossover? Not that I know of.
As far as I know, no. Just because they were competing, like Capcom and NetherRealm are competing studios. Yeah, I don't think that was ever going to happen. I think Capcom probably would have been amenable to it because they do crossovers in a lot of
all
their
the time.
franchises.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously with their own properties, but they will do crossovers with other people's and shit. And obviously, NetherRealm will bring in other properties like Spawn was in it, RoboCop. Like
Rambo,
Predator, Jason and Freddy. Like they've all been in these games.
Ultraman was in the last
God of War.
Both Omni-Man and the guy from The Boys. What was it?
The Homelander,
Homelander, they were in the last one.
Yeah, so it's not that they're above crossovers, but I don't think that Ed Boon would have been willing to deal with Capcom on that because Ed Boon is basically like the Todd Howard of fighting games, if we're being honest.
Whoopsies. It was, I agree with you. There's bad blood out there. They're never gonna, because they were direct competitors at a certain point, and I don't think they will ever. I don't think it'll ever happen. Let's see. Essentially, there were other Indiana Jones games, but they were never major games. People like them. They're niche games, like and for stuff like that. Okay, so hey everybody in the chat. We hope you guys are having a good time. We are heading towards the second hour. I don't think Drew is going to make it tonight, so I'm going to put out our real topic here. I'm going to put out real topic. Okay, wait, hang on. Here's a question from Game Over Jess. Who would win, Kirby or Superman?
Kirby.
With Jesse. Kirby. Well, is
Kirby
he an
swallows
being?
Superman, and then yes, Kirby's a star, and so Kirby swallows Superman, then Kirby gets Superman's powers. Game over.
I don't know if that would work.
It's how it works.
What if he burned right through him with his fucking heat vision?
How's he gonna burn through a star? Stars gonna give him his power.
I'm not having this discussion. I'm not prepared.
Kirby can get his ass beat in the game by the shit that he fights in the game. He can get his ass beat by Superman.
All right, I think that's the best you're gonna get, Jesse. I think that's the best you're gonna get. All right, but I do have a real topic here. I stumbled across this one before we went live, about an hour before we went live, and I realized, wow, okay, this is actually something we can sink our teeth into. We all know Star Trek is dead. It's dead. It's done. We talk about it all the time. I make you guys suffer with top 10s and top 20s. I myself right now am having some fun watching Star Trek with Brad every Sunday as we teach Fractured about DS9. You can catch that about every Wednesday on Brad's channel. He puts out the edited version. I usually put it out in my comments section. I'm sorry, my community tab, so you guys know when it's going live. But Star Trek it's done. Kurtzman Trek has choked it to death. So I didn't see this coming. Again, I've been saying lately I don't have certain things on my bingo card. I know we've made the meme. We want Elon to buy something and save it. I did not have it on my bingo card that Elon Musk is now rumored to buy Paramount to make Star Trek great again. I didn't have this on my bingo card.
Is that just because Paramount's not willing to sell the property alone?
Let's read this. Let's go through this. Will Elon Musk buy Paramount? More importantly, is Elon Musk trying to save Star Trek from Alex Kurtzman? Many believe so based on some recent events surrounding the sale of Star Trek owner Paramount. In a dramatic twist, a consortium of investors calling themselves Project Rise Partners has reportedly made a last-minute $13.5 billion all-cash bid to acquire Paramount Global, challenging an earlier deal spearheaded by Larry Ellison and Skydance Media. We covered that last year. I said I'll believe it when it happens. Until then, whatever. Apparently, it has not happened, and now there is a bidding war. This unexpected offer not only raised the stakes for Paramount's future, but has also sparked intense speculation about the mysterious backers behind the bid, which made the world wonder, could Elon Musk be attempting to save Star Trek? According to Variety, Project Rise Partners submitted their superior bid on Friday, just as Skydance Media and Redbird Capital Partners deal was nearing completion. Their proposal offers $19 per Class B share, a 27% premium over Skydance's 15 cents per share, and includes a $2 billion boost to Paramount's balance sheet. The bid's attractiveness has thrown a wrench into what seemed to be a done deal, leaving the board, almost said beard, with a fiduciary dilemma. Okay, so this is fascinating, and let's see where Elon comes into play here. A billionaire with a Star Trek agenda? While the identities of the investors behind Project Rise Partners remain undisclosed, a few tantalizing details have emerged. Sources describe one backer as one of the richest men in the world and another as a pioneer in the satellite industry. Naturally, speculation has turned to Elon, the tech mogul of CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. Musk's credentials fit the description perfectly. As the world's wealthiest individual with a net worth of $433 billion, Musk has revolutionized industries ranging from electric vehicles, to space exploration. His Starlink satellite has reshaped global connectivity, cementing his reputation as a pioneer in cutting-edge technology. This is weird. So now it's getting into William Shatner now getting into where Elon does what Elon does. I'll put out a tweet. Let's make Starfleet Academy real. And Shatner goes, so does that mean you're buying
I remember
Paramount?
seeing that.
But listen, isn't that how the purchase of Twitter started? Elon said,
yeah, it is.
Maybe I should just buy Twitter.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly how it started. He's like, maybe I should buy Twitter. And then it became kind of a meme and he was joking along with it. And then one day he puts out a poll, should I do it or shouldn't I? And it was overwhelmingly yes. Next thing you know, we're all hearing these weird rumors about him being in talks and stuff. And months down the road, he comes out and he's like, yeah, I bought it.
Mm-hmm. So the phrase "Make Star Trek Great Again" soon emerged as a rallying cry, echoing fans' frustration with the franchise's current direction. Most recently, Section 31 came out last week. I didn't watch it. I didn't bring myself to it. I was, frankly, I was busy playing Stellaris. I'll be brutally honest. I was busy playing Stellaris. I was not going to break from my fun, which hopefully will continue, to make myself suffer with what apparently, because I did watch FNT last week and they broke it down, what apparently is something that isn't even remotely Star Trek. So I wasn't going to do that. And what's the point? It's already come and gone. It's not even newsworthy to keep going. But this is newsworthy because Shatner's endorsement of Musk wasn't just an offhand comment. As one of the original Star Wars series, Shatner represents a direct link to the golden age of Star Trek. Star Trek is Kurtzman's problem case. And this is just going to detail how Kurtzman has ruined everything. And we wanted that. That's why I've got Picard Season 3 behind me today, because they had a chance to go in the right direction. But they chose not to because they Kurtzman hated that Picard Season 3 was successful without him. He hated it, that he couldn't take any credit for it. The stakes for Paramount and Star Trek. For Paramount, Star Trek remains a tarnished crown jewel in its portfolio. Since its debut in 1966, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we don't need this. It's talking about how it was great, now it sucks. That's pretty much it. All right, so this is, of course, not saying we don't have actual words. Is Elon going to buy Paramount, or at least part of an investor group, maybe a heavy part of it, where you'd have a lot of influence? Oh, Shitternet strikes again. But this, if Elon is a major investor and has a major seat on the board, power in Paramount, Devil, and I'll ask Samuel this when he gets back. Do you think that this changes the fate of Star Trek? Because both I'm sure Brad and I left it in there, or Brad left it in there. We've had this talk on his new show. Star Trek is dead. There's nothing that can save it.
Yeah, no.
But if Elon buys it and erases Kurtzman Trek, does that change things?
Let me say it this way. I think there's more chance of saving Star Trek than there is of saving Disney that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he buys it and he puts out a legitimate successor to where Voyager ended, actually what happens with Starfleet has it, a great story, a great captain, great ship out there exploring, doing what Star Trek was always supposed to be. I think he could, but he would have to stick to that, and he'd probably have a couple first rough years, which is understandable because most, like we've discussed before, Star Trek, the first couple years of every season has been shit. And it's not till season 3, sometimes, till it gets really good.
I wouldn't say shit. It's just it takes them a while to find their legs. But that was also original 22 to 24 season television where they got 24 weeks of content to fill.
Exactly.
Now we'd be talking something maybe 12 to 15 episodes. That's what we would see.
So if he was willing to make the investment, and like I said, pander to the fans, stop being combative with them. Star Wars fans have been saying what they've wanted for years. Give them what the hell they want. Eventually, I think they could forget about all the shit we've had to go through and possibly come back. But like I said, it would be an investment and it would be time. And I don't know if Elon's interested in that. He's kind of, he has his hands filled with so many other projects. Do you really think he's like, my next goal before making it to Mars is saving Star Trek? I just don't know.
That's just the thing. He's part of an investor group. It isn't just him. He would probably have a lot of sway in it as likely the largest holding the largest piece of the pie. And what I think he would do is he would clean house like he did with Twitter. And he'd go out and get people that know Star Trek. Maybe he'd just back a dump truck of money up to Ron D. Moore and say, "Fix it, please. Bring back Terry Metalis. Work with Ron D. Moore. Get the guys who were really great ones again and do it." And some way, somehow, do what you said though. You go back post Voyager. Don't go 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Go 50 years. Go 100 years. Go do what they did with Next Generation. Have a very big gap between the last active captain, the last active ship, the last active arc, so that it's essentially a clean slate. And then tell a story. Go basic. Go episodic for at least most of the first season, and don't introduce a storyline, at least not blatantly, until you get mostly through the season. Then do that. Then go roll with it. And listen, the roadmap is right there. Legacy. The roadmap is right there. The Enterprise G. Captain 7. Jack Picard. Bring back Delancey. I mean, it's right there. If you're not going to jump forward in time, it's right there for you. People are still hungry for the Enterprise G right now. We still want it. It's not the D, it's not E, it's not the F or the G. It's not a massive ship. It's a small little Neo-Constitution class. It is not this giant, massive juggernaut ship that's going to change the life of the galaxy. It's an exploratory ship. Go on an exploratory mission. They could do it. And I think Elon understands that. Elon is a massive nerd. I think he gets it. So what I want to see is, if this is true, and this just happened the other day, don't be afraid. I think the biggest thing is, and yes, I'm playing for time so Samuel can get back in here and give his thoughts on this. I am playing for time. Be bold. To use the word boldly, go.
Hey, lovely Sherry.
And erase Kurtzman Trek. Because Devil, is anybody going to cry? Is anybody of note going to cry if a Kurtzman Trek gets erased? I'll throw a freaking party. Kurtzman Trek gets erased.
Yeah, I where's the fan base? You have stands just like you do for anything. A handful of people who are intensely, oh, I loved it. It was my favorite thing ever. They don't watch it, but you know they love it. And yeah, it just otherwise.
I'm gonna put this out there, okay? I'm gonna make a semi-promise because I won't commit to it. If this comes to pass, and Elon is part of this investor group and they wrest control of Paramount away from let me rephrase that. If they get control of Paramount and wrest control away from Corso, because if they buy it, if somebody else buys it, that probably negates all previous contracts, which means Kurtzman's contract, which I think has 2 more years on it, would be immediately null and void. Don't ask me that. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. If Elon does this and then spearheads erasing Kurtzman Trek, I will do because I have to beat my own record. I will do a 27-hour live stream to celebrate. I will do it because I'm the 26-hour man. Then I have to become the 27-hour man. Okay? I'm putting it out there. That happens. 27-hour stream. I will go for it. Break my record. I could have gone a little longer, but we did end it when we did because the super chats didn't push me over the edge. I will do that. I'll do a 27-hour stream if Elon is a part of this group and they erase Kurtzman Trek. They have to erase it. Can't have a la carte. That means Picard season 3 would have to go, unfortunately. If they erase it, I will do a 27-hour stream. Am I being bold enough, Devil? Am I tempting fate?
Like I said, I think you're safe because I just don't think he's going to. I think this is wishful thinking. Like you said, it's become a meme where it's all like, please, Elon Musk, you're our only hope. Come save whatever we love.
Okay.
It's
wait for time enough.
There you go.
Samuel, go ahead and weigh in. Did you hear any of what we just said?
Kind of, yeah. You're gonna do some ridiculous self-harm thing if things go right for some reason.
It'll be a celebratory 27-hour stream if he erases Kurtzman Trek.
Yeah, like you're not going to suffer. Come on, you're setting yourself up here, man. Why would you do that? You're going to suffer either way. Either it continues to exist and you suffer, or you do this stream and you suffer.
Because then, at least if I do the stream, super chats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's worth that, but sure.
Hey, I was actually up for that long last time around because I was up before the stream started and I was still awake for 2 hours after the last one. Anyway, so what do you think?
You and I aren't getting any younger. It's not a good idea at our age. So, but anyway,
I got years left in me. I'm good to go. Anyway, so what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see whether or not there's any truth to this. First of all, this could just be the rumor mill doing its thing, and odds are likely that's what it is. But if it's in fact, a true thing, I mean, the dude's planning to go to Mars. He didn't just get that idea from nowhere, right? He's a fan. So I don't see. Let me put it this way, and I could obviously be wrong down the road, but I don't think that Elon Musk could do any worse with Star Trek than Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams have.
No. I don't think so. Because do you think he would be bold enough to just erase it? and say, okay, Voyager is the last legitimate moment we had in terms of timeline.
I think that he might say that, but I don't know if he'd actually like. See, when I think erasing Kurtzman Trek, right? What I think about doing is going back and finding all of the digital negatives, as it were, and purging them from existence, like they didn't actually happen, so that nobody anywhere could ever go back and watch them again.
Well, I think there is a little bit of physical media of it out there, but people who own it are insignificant.
I mean, that's what bonfires are for.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think that. I think he probably would say something like that, sure, but I don't know that he would actually go and like just make it canon. I think he would probably just start making new stuff that completely ignored it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a fair way to put it. But listen, I don't listen. I will go back to what I said. And Dibble echoed it. It's the meme. Please, Elon, buy what we love and save it. Please buy it and put it back to the way it was and start over.
Can you imagine him walking through the front doors of Paramount and saying, like, let that nacelle in?
He would do it. That's kind of shit he would say. It really was. But it is the meme. It is a meme. And it is a little bit of wishful thinking. Of course, I would want this to happen because Elon has a history of literally burrowing in and burning the cancer away and throwing it all out and not giving a shit. Because when you have $430 billion, you tend not to give a shit what the insignificants say. And the only people that would cry would be meaningless.
Yeah, that's what's the old saying? An 800-pound gorilla sits where it likes.
Yeah. So I want this to happen. Honestly, I think it's about a 30% chance that it really does happen. 70% chance it doesn't. Because I mean, right now legally, I don't think obviously they can't reveal who the investors are in this new group that put the kibosh suddenly out of nowhere. Now, to tie it into other things, it would be a fascinating turn of events considering the changes which we talked about last week in part that are the wave that wants to revert Hollywood and Western entertainment back to the way it used to be, non-interference. Trump came out and said today in a speech that the government will no longer be in the business of trying to influence pop culture media to get messaging. We will no longer be in that business. Which means we're not the not secret agenda, all that DEI, ESG bullshit. It's not going to be forced upon all these companies and corpos and studios. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is born out of that, where somebody's saying, "Hey, here's the opportunity. Paramount is vulnerable. Let's grab a hold of this. They've still got these viable classic IPs. The real fans will not shed a tear if we buy it and junk the shit and try and reboot it and get everything. Not reboot it. Rephrase that. Revitalize it and get it back on track. We'd only get massive cheers, and whether Elon's part of it or not, I think it may be an attempt to wrest control back to people who give a shit. So, I mean, whether Elon's a part of this or not, let's take that out of the equation. This new group, let me get the name again.
Something Rise
Project
group.
Rise Partners. This Project Rise Partners, they may be a cabal of wealthy investors who want to make our nerd shit great again.
They could be, but they could also be a cabal of wealthy investors who just see an opportunity for profit and think they can turn Kurtzman's, Drek into cash.
Wouldn't that be the same thing, though? Because in order to make money on it, you got to make it good again, which means hiring and putting in place people who give a shit.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know that it's necessarily. Like, we'll just have to wait and see, man. We'll just have to wait and see, because It's entirely possible that people are looking to buy it because they're looking at stock options and nothing else.
Oh,
And I
but
understand what you're saying about
Yeah.
it's got to be profitable for that to be a good thing, and so they need to start making good Star Trek. But somehow Kurtzman's managed for the last 10 fucking years to make the worst fucking quote unquote entertainment possible, and he's still getting funding somewhere.
I can admit I'm putting a very subjective spin on that. Very subjective. It's not remotely objective. You're putting a much more objective spin on it, which is legitimate, which is frankly what we need. That's what Jed does all the time to me. I'll give a very subjective opinion and Jed will come with objectivity. I need somebody to balance my subjectivity, my emotional response to these types of things.
Yeah. I got a real cynical opinion on it too, actually.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. They could be somebody to make it even worse, of course.
It could be used as an incentive to force or to get people to fucking buy into Neuralink too. Like Paramount Plus will only be available if you plug this chip into your brain.
I am not. No, you keep that screaming into the void shit out of here.
All right. I'm just saying.
No, dude, I am not jacking in. Not happening. I'm not. No. No.
The dude has expressed that he wants to turn the human race into the fucking Borg. He has said that. Elon Musk is not all sunshine and rainbows.
I know. Oh no, listen. I know. I am well aware. Elon has a very demented side. I am. I don't put Elon on a pedestal. Okay, I'm not one of these people who put a pedestal. I understand what Elon is. Elon is a force of nature, and we're lucky when he goes in our direction. Okay. He can very easily turn around and do something that would be massively damaging.
Oh yeah, no, he absolutely could. But the thing that I think sets him apart from other people in his social class, if you will, or his financial class, if you will, is that I think that Elon Musk genuinely believes he's doing what's best for everybody, even if it's not actually what's best for everybody. I think he really does believe that, whereas Jeff Bezos doesn't give a shit so long as we keep giving him money.
Yeah.
So I do think there's that. I just think that in this particular instance about that particular thing, he is dead fucking wrong.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say about that. I know it's conspiracy.
Oh, I agree. I don't want a Neuralink. I'm not into that. That ain't happening. Not me anyway. But as far as when it comes to nerd shit and his love for it, whether or not he plays his own video games or not, I don't care about that shit. I would love for anything to just happen that eliminates Kurtzman Trek. I would love it. It would be great. I mean, would it mean that Star Trek is saved? I asked this to Devil, and I'll ask it to you. Do you think? I mean, because do you think any sort of move, if they get it, and now I'll ask you this because you were just coming in when I asked this question. If somebody else buys a company like this, I believe it would null the remaining years on Kurtzman's contract. He's got like 2 years left on his contract, I think. 2026. Sure. I think his contract ends in 2026.
It could take that long for a deal to go through, too.
True. But if that happens, all projects will be put on hold, I believe.
Yes.
So
I mean, it's similar to what happened to 20th Century Fox when they got purchased by Disney. They had a bunch of shit in a can that didn't end up coming out because, it just got put on an indefinite hold with the changeover in management. And then they had a few things that did come out that maybe shouldn't have. New Mutants. I'm looking at you. But I think that it's possible that this could to answer your initial question to me, I don't know that this saves Star Trek. I think that it opens the door to saving Star Trek, but it doesn't do it necessarily just by happening. It's possible that it could lead to that, but I don't think this saves Star Trek on its own, though.
No, there's always a chance. Is the thing. There's always a chance.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at. Is that this gives it a chance? How slim that chance is, I couldn't tell you.
Now, I posed it to Devil, and I'm going to pose it to you. Let's say all good things happen. And you see what I did there?
I got it. Nerd.
And this comes to pass. And not Elon, but Elon out of the equation. Let's just say this Project Rise group gets it. They toss out Curse and Shrek. If they're gonna put it back on the right rails, would you rather see them go with Legacy or do a 50 to 100 year time skip and just get away from the era and say, okay, here we are, new era, and we're gonna at the very least pretend Kurtzman Trek never happened and go forward and only reference real Star Trek in a new show? Do you think that would be enough distance if they did that? Or which one would you prefer, honestly?
So I played Star Trek Online, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Star Trek Online comes from one of the factions, the Romulans, has a premise that comes from obviously from JJ Trek, right? Romulus has been destroyed. Now this takes place 30 years. The game takes place 30 years after the destruction of Romulus, right? And it goes forward from there. Later on, they end up adding in all the Kurtzman shit and all that, but it wasn't part of the initial premise at first. It was just like this event happened, and now we're moving forward from here, right? And they got into some really interesting storylines and all that. I would not mind seeing some of what they did with Star Trek Online going forward, but I do think that they need to keep sort of. I don't know if a time skip is necessarily what I would call it. I would just say like keep it kind of contemporary. Like obviously when the Next Generation happened, it was 87 years after Kirk's time, right? Mm-hmm. So it would not necessarily be a bad idea to move the timeline forward and then just go from there. Maybe not necessarily with the destruction of Romulus, but like to find a point towards the end of the good stuff, the end of Voyager or whatever, find a point from there, or even from, like Nemesis or some shit like that. I know that wasn't a widely, well-received movie, but it is canon. Yeah. But, like the entire Romulan Senate dies in that movie, right? It upset the entire balance of politics in the Romulan Empire, which of course upsets the balance of power in the galaxy. So maybe jump forward from there, call it 30 years, and see where everybody's at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bring in. I think that's probably the best thing that they could do is to just kind of do a little hop forward in time, but not like a massive one like you saw in Discovery where they went like fucking however many hundreds of years into the future or whatever. Yeah. That was stupid.
I kind of agree with that. I'm okay. That works. Yet I also would really like to see Jack Crusher again. I just would.
Yeah, well, Jack Crusher is now captain of a starship because he's worked his way up through the ranks, right?
Yeah,
and we could definitely do that
a lot because I just want to see that. I want to see that final stinger of Picard season 3 come to pass. Q. And Jack.
I agree, man, but
I want that so badly.
In order for that to happen, you have to allow for some Kurtzman Trek.
I know that's the problem. That's the problem. Unless Q just snaps his fingers and realigns things where Picard was never seen.
And kills Kurtzman.
Well, but he could just snap his fingers and Picard wasn't a synth. I've just kind of realigned things in there. That's all it takes. He's Q. He can do it.
Right. I agree with you. The Jack Crusher character I would have liked to see more of. I think he probably would have been a very interesting character to follow. But I'm like I'm saying, like maybe he was
we lost you. Shit on that strikes again. Damn, he was making a point too. It's terrible. It's awful. He sometimes he skips out while he's saying something. But no, I think Shitternet just got him. We'll give him a second so he can come back and make his point. Because I'm going to end on a particular thing that's going to make us laugh. It's going to make us laugh. But give him a second. Anyway, I don't have anything to fill. I was gonna let him finish his point, and I was going to roll into our final thing here to watch something funny, but that I saw earlier today on Daily. But Come on, Samuel. We need the Shitternet to die so we know you're rebooting and coming back. There it goes. Okay. We'll give him a second. Ariel, I don't know what you're saying here.
Yeah.
Sign. Did you sit on your? Did you thumb that? I tell you to sign.
No, I just sent
that,
something on my phone, but I don't know what.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. But yeah. Okay. I got nothing. Devil, you got something for a couple seconds here? So say. Oh, there he is. He's back. Never mind. There he is. Welcome back. Finish your point. Finish your point.
Where did you lose me?
I don't know. I was enthralled with what you were saying, so I was kind of just letting you go. I don't know where I lost you exactly. I want you to finish your point, though.
Yeah. Best we could do is hope that they do something. But yeah, Jack would be interesting. But they should skip forward to where he's an officer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like been through the rigmarole, worked his way up, got his own ship.
Yep. All right, so there it is. We'll see what plays out because this is actual news. This is news. Is this the Elon part is a rumor, but this is news that the Skydance thing would have just been more bullshit. It's just another corpo swallowing Paramount. It's like many times AT&T has been swallowed and rebranded. But this makes it interesting. It could be something different. It could be a portent of people who align with making Hollywood entertainment again, not agenda. It could be. We'll see how it breaks out. All right. Normally, sometimes the chat makes us watch horrible things, but I saw this earlier today on Daily, and I thought, you know what? Let's end the show by having a little laugh, shall we? We mentioned it earlier. Snow White live action is going to be horrible. Rachel Zegler is hated. Have you guys seen the video that Perry Chen did where he adopted one of these things for the Ryan forehead thing? You seen that?
No, I haven't been watching his stuff lately.
Oh, well, it was on FNT. It's actually really funny about Ryan's forehead. It's a funny thing. Well, this particular channel called Chat Music is a channel.
I am aware of them though.
Yeah, okay, so you know who they are. They did a Snow White one. They've done a Rachel Zegler Snow White one. You've seen it? Yeah, we're going to watch it again.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, Devil hasn't seen it, so we're going to watch this.
First reaction here.
This is great. This is fantastic. So we're going to let it play all the way through. So once again, let me use them back out. This is Chat Music. Go give them a sub. I'm on Chrome, so I'm not logged in.
Yeah, they've got some really, really great things.
These guys are funny
on there. Yeah.
These guys are funny. They do some good stuff. So this is their stuff. And obviously everybody plays it, so I don't think they have a problem with us showing it off. But all right, Devil, you're going to like this. This is good.
Will I really?
This movie on a plane, I would still walk out. This trailer makes me want to sit on the TV and look at my couch. I paid nothing to watch this trailer, but I already want my money back. Coming to a theater near you, me, is that a threat? They should have made Rachel CGI instead. One Crown and the 7 Discord mods. The CGI is much better when I turn my monitor off. Disney invites you and I must politely decline. I'm rooting for the poison apple. Why is Lord Farquaad playing Snow White? This should come with a disclaimer. No dwarfs were harmed, but your childhood might be. I haven't seen something self-implode this hard since that Titan song.
That's rough. That's rough.
That is bad.
Mirror on the wall. As a German, I claim cultural appropriation. Mirror on the wall. Snow White and the 7 CGI abomination. Making the dwarfs look like a PS1 hack. It was a bold choice. Rachel Zegler looks like a medieval squire boy. Marvel's lost $237 million. Snow White, hold my beer. Disney used to make people famous. Now it ends acting careers. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Why the seats are empty in cinema hall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's the biggest Disney flop of all?
Yeah. For those who don't know, they end all of their music with the phrase "shut it."
Yeah, this is hysterical. These guys are funny. I first saw them when Perry Chan adapted one of the things. He just took the songs instead of the background picture they had. They put Kindle's head in there for his forehead, and the forehead song is now his anthem.
Yeah, but that rhymes with what rhymes with even one is hysterically dark.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that one next week. Maybe we'll watch another one of these things. Yeah, this is the one. This is the Cyber Dreams, the 4 one. That's the one Perry Chan adapted for Kindle. I really like that one.
Yeah,
but all right,
the
so
Holy and
this
the Whole is pretty good too.
Yeah, so that was funny. This thing has more likes on it, or it has more likes than the trailer for Snow White does. It has more likes on it than that.
Not surprising.
So these guys are funny as hell. Give them a sub. This is what we need. Humor. Make the stands cry. Make the Zeglins cry.
Yeah, they're not writing any of this. These are all comments on these videos that they get these comments and they get the AI to sing it, and it's hilariously put together.
Yeah, they farm for the best stuff. It's like that time when we were doing the Lord of the Rings comments and we found the stuff that were the best. They find this stuff, they put it out there. These are real people being funny on the internet, and these dudes just put it together in a funny ass song, and it works. And more power to them, because we need to laugh like that. I love it. Anyway, all right. We're basically 2.5 hours in. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm ready to put a little bow on this one and call it a night. So let's Sarah farewells and be on our way. Devil, what's your week look like?
What do I got going on this week? We'll be doing the pub Friday. I'll be on everyone else's shows that I usually am on. And then next week we will be having a Get Ranked. I've decided what it will be. I just need to find the right people for that list.
Same old.
Yeah, it will probably be Adam. Let's be honest.
What is it? You hear what it is now, so I can say, am I capable?
Animated movies that are headed by animals. So like your All Dogs Go to Heaven, your Oliver and Company, your Lion King, all the animated movies that have animal characters as the main antagonist, protagonist.
I can probably do that.
Like I said, I don't know who I'm gonna ask. It's
that's like I can only think of a couple of them off the top of my head that aren't Disney movies, but like the ones that I can think of, like All Dogs Go to Heaven, for example, depressing as fuck. The original Land Before Time, depressing as fuck. Yeah. Watership Down, one of the most horrific fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, but the book is so
Animal
much
Farm
better.
is also an animated movie about animals. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like Watership Down, that doesn't even do justice to the book. It doesn't even do justice.
No, it doesn't, but it's still pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them don't end
really
badly,
good.
but you're right.
It's
There
a
are
really good book. It's really good.
Yes, it is, but it should not have been marketed to
Dude,
kids. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, when did you have it on your life's bingo card to read a book where rabbits beat the shit out of each other? Did you have that in your bingo card? Your life
it's so much worse than that. They literally rip each other to ribbons.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
kids.
So, all right. So, Devil, if you need me, I guess I'm there because I always am. Because hey, I am the Renaissance nerd. I've seen everything. All right, Samuel.
Next thing I got coming up, as far as I know anyway, I think I'm still on it. Thursday night, I will be on Adam's show, Anime Odyssey, for the One Piece dealio. After that, I'm actually taking this Friday off from not only streaming, but also my day job. I've got a thing that I got to be present for in real life. So I'm not going to be doing Abyssal Musings or Beelzebub this week. Just because I won't be anywhere near my fucking computer all day and night. But we'll be back next week for both of those. And then Screaming Into the Void will still be going ahead as planned. I'm sure Amir is planning something for Saturday, so I'll be there for that. And then back here for Mellow Mondays.
Okay. As for me, Wednesday, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man reviews begin. You asked for it, I will deliver. I hope to suffer for your entertainment. So check that out. I'll be spreading the episodes out. They're releasing them in batch episodes, but I'll be spreading them out one for each day. I'm not going to do them all in one day. So we're gonna spread those out. As Samuel mentioned, it's the end of the month, which means Anime Odyssey. It's our first One Piece special. Everything from East Blue to Innie's Lobby. So we're gonna have a good time. So far, it's me, Dermy, Samuel, Gal, Brandon, the anime guy. That's who we got so far. No one else seems to have answered the call. So that's a good panel. There's gonna be a lot of fighting. There's gonna be fighting. It's gonna be glorious. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be a good time. I get a new PS5 controller in a couple of days, so I will be likely gaming with the boys Friday night before Ballbusters. Dark Tide or Starship Troopers. We'll see which one's working best. Ballbusters. I don't know who the guest is this week. Devil, have you made the thumbnail? Do you know who it is yet?
Nope, he hasn't told me.
Okay, so we don't know who the guest is yet, but hopefully we will get Dermy to the point where he's going to shave his head the week before Vegas, and then we'll get a yarmulke super glued to it at the meetup. Hopefully, yes. I love this. I love this idea. And then, of course, Saturday night drive-in. Dun 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 dun. We're doing Conan the Barbarian. Nice. Apparently, I thought I was being smart because there's a handful of movies that I did on the previous incarnation of Drive-In before it was Drive-In that no longer exist because the gentleman I did it with, he and I had a falling out, and I no longer wish to have our content posted. So that's several really good movies that are no longer up there, which included Barbarian and Destroyer.
I fucking love those movies.
Oh, so do we all. And the thing is, though, so I thought it was gonna be pretty brilliant. Like, all right, so Jed wasn't on the show yet. We'll do this one, and Jed tells me, "Yeah, I was actually there for that one, Adam. He was the guest for Barbarian." I completely forgot. But we're gonna do it again anyway. I'll be putting out the call for guest spots tomorrow. So Conan Barbarian this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Then there'll be Chatterday and all its nonsense. And then Roundtable Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure there'll be more stuff to talk about. The week has just started. And then we'll be right back here for another Mellow Mondays, where we will do what we do for your entertainment. And if you haven't checked it out, check out my video today talking about the Disney Star Wars failed ratings. Check out yesterday I did an autopsy, the life and death of BioWare. The stream is up. You can go check that out. It's a short one, just under an hour. Not there for a long time. It was just me. And in the following week, Nerdgasm will return. We'll be talking Doctor Who. Have a good time with that. So anyway, thank you to Devil and Samuel for joining me this evening. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We appreciate all of you. Without you, we don't get to have this fun. Hit those like buttons. Links are in the description below. And we will catch you next week. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Stay safe out there.
Bye.